If you are watching this video today, congratulations. This video is coming to you at the right time. So the decision you make after watching this video determine how you're going to spend the rest of your life. Because this video will give you a template on how you can retire in 10 years. So if you want to retire in 10 years, this video is for you. And this is the stock market blueprint for 9-to-5 workers. So I can actually sell this video as you're looking at it now. I can do a 1 hour and sell it. No matter the price I attach to it, those who need this knowledge is going to pay for it. But I'm doing this because I'm gradually getting to 2K subscribers. And I know after 2K, we're going to hit 3, 4, 5, and we're going to hit 10 before this year runs out. So that is why I'm doing this, to just say thank you for watching my videos, for sharing my videos, for commenting, for clicking the like button. You guys are the best. And that is why everything is not about money, guys. Everything is not about money. The reason why I collect money for some certain things is because you are going to make the money. So in other words, it is free. And those that will join the course now, they will have that chance to make money on their own, determine their percentage, and get it from the market. So even they themselves will find out that what they just is just those in the premium community, their portfolio are already in millions, depending on how much they are using to trade. So that is just to let you know that what you are getting in today's video is worth $1 million. So I'm going to give you step-by-step process how you can retire in 10 years. I know you want to retire in 10 years. And that is why I did this video. You are tired of the 9-to-5. And maybe you have pride. And your pride is 100%. So anytime you do any mistake and your boss try to correct you, it turns you up. Why will he be talking to me like that? If not for condition. If not for condition. My brothers and sisters, it is condition that makes the bird and fowl to hide under a cage because it is raining. What is the condition? It's because it is raining. If not for raining, what concerns bird and fowl in a particular place? So it's condition. So for the fact that you are in a place where you think you are better than the person giving you instruction, it's condition. And if you are a woman and your boss shout and you say, even my husband cannot talk to me like this, you should tell your husband to come and watch this video so that you'll be at home running your business, be the CEO and the boss, and you'll be giving out order. Because some people are created to give orders. They are not created to receive orders. So if you are that kind of person, it is time to act fast, or else you'll be frustrated in that 9-to-5. Every Monday, we look like hell to you. But of course, if you have a trading account, every Monday will be exciting because it's market time. It get to the point in my life, I don't like weekend. Saturday, I say no market, nothing. Until when I went out into crypto, I say, excellent. And crypto is like kerosene. You understand? They don't sleep. The market don't sleep in crypto. Every day is going up, it's coming down. It's going up, it's coming down. Even Forex, Saturday, Sunday, nothing like Forex. So I was so excited. And weekends, I bring up my laptop, check the market. But for now, I do a lot of research and just some few time I look into crypto because I have a channel I'm building and I'm currently structuring how the content will be. For some time now, I've taken some breaks. So I'll be going back fully to update consistently in the crypto space because we're about to get to the moon. If you're not in crypto, you understand. So I just say that in passing to let you know that look at your kind of person. Some people are born follower. They have the ability to start their own. They won't. You understand? They are born follower. So, in fact, you will be seeing that your boss is wicked. They are telling you that, but he's just saying the right thing. He's just saying that. To me, I don't think what you're actually wrong. And you're like, why are you not seeing what I'm seeing? You understand? And especially if you're in a place when somebody is trying to take advantage of you and all that. But all you need to retire is ₦1 million. If ₦1 million is too big, all you need to retire is 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira. And when I mean 100,000 naira, I'm looking at maybe somebody that is, in fact, if you are doing security job or you are a cleaner, in a year you should be able to save. Let's even say you cannot save. Let's say you cannot save. You can take a loan, and most of the loan is zero interest. Zero interest. I don't know why people don't take advantage of that. And if you're working in a place, always utilize the loan. I once worked in a company when a lady did something very, very wrong then. Guess what? They contemplated meeting upon meeting. They can't sack her. Why? She took a loan. So because of that loan, it was challenging for the management to take a decision on that case. I'm not telling you to go and because of this. So what I'm saying is you can take it for investment and they'll be taking it from your salary gradually. Instead of you saving that amount, it's going to take a long time. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I think it is the right time you sit down and think and understand where I'm going. And my emphasis on zero interest. You work for the company. They want to assist you. In my former company, I did it. I collected the money and I used to sort a lot of things. Even when I collected that money, I have the money, but I said, this is free money, zero interest. Zero interest. So they contemplated that, so okay, if we sack her now, what about the loan? How are we going to recover? Okay, we can leave the loan. Some people in that management, when you leave the loan, say, this girl can't take all this money. They say, no, it's not like that. Okay, let her be working and be paying. You understand? And that just make her to work for a while. Why she plan her own exit on her own. So take advantage. Don't follow those people that preach to you and tell you, oh no man, nothing. Oh no, don't do it. Oh, if you want to be a billionaire, you can look at Dangote. Some banks are praying for him every day because he took loan. So it is normal, except you don't want to grow, you don't want to expand. But what I am against is you taking a loan that will put pressure on you and you can't trade with your right mind. You are trading thinking of when they will come. In that way, you mess up everything and you disgrace yourself and you say loan is a cost. So what I'm emphasizing on is zero interest loan in the company where you work. If you have access to it, please take advantage of it. So if you are a cleaner in a place and you tell them that you want 250, you have pressing need. It is not a lie because it's pressing need because you want to get out of poverty. What need is more pressing than you living poverty? What is so? Okay, this is how it is. If you cannot write the letter, look for another cleaner that can write the letter. You look to tell your HR to explain verbally. Yeah, she can give you template, put your name and all that. In fact, these days, if you cannot read and write, it's becoming it's becoming not a problem. Let me use that word. You say, yes, because there are people that these voice notes they use, and they communicate. What is education? Is it not for communication? They send voice notes. If I when I meet people that send voice note, I switch also. I send voice note also. I'm not saying there are people that they can write and do everything, but they express themselves more when they talk, so that you not interpret it. You not take Mr. Joe is no. There are people that okay. What if they cannot read? Do you know you can convert text to voice? You convert text to voice and read. So so you understand. So you can read and write and do all those stuff. So what I'm saying is, your limitation is not actually a limitation. A man says something that your problem is not the problem. The problem is how you carry your problem. So why I'm taking time to explain this is because you need money to actually retire in 10 years. And the initial is key. The initial is key because by the time you're able, let's take for example, you're a cleaner. So I have a pressing need. There's something I want to use money for and it's very, very urgent. I need a loan of 250. They should be taking maybe 25,000, maybe 20,000 from my account. Thank God to open account is free. You are not paying anybody to open your trading account. And thank God the Nigerian market is simple. It's only 10% up or down. So it's not like US that it can just maybe village people just follow you. You just put your money and the market just go down 100%. The money is gone. It cannot happen in the Nigerian market. It cannot happen. So you put the 250, and you are now fortunate to listen to this video, and you have 250. What else do you need? What else do you need? Except you have envy in you. What is envy? You don't look at that 250 as if it's enough. You are eyeing somebody that have 10 million in his account. Say, God, oh, when I go get this 10 million. You don't know that that 10 million is inside the 250. I'm a living testimony. 2021, I bought Japan gold, 30 kobo. 30 kobo. And that was late December. Yes, that's December 2020. December 2020. And January 2021, I'm already a millionaire. I made my first million in the stock market, the Nigerian stock market to be precise, trading Japan gold. Most people tell you, how can you put all your money in one stock? That's what I did. I put all my money in Japan gold. When the news came out that Japan gold, then they were Japan something like that. They said now they want to be mining gold. And they changed the name to Japan gold from 20 kobo. And the stock started shooting. And I sold at the top 1 naira 69 kobo. 1 naira 69 kobo. I bought at 30 kobo. History repeats itself again in 2023. When I realized it was 25 kobo then, but somehow I didn't see it. Before you know, I check. It now shoot from 40 kobo. It's now 66 kobo. Guess what I did? I went into my app. I said, I need money. This thing, and I went to Fidelity app. And I check. I can take a loan. How many percent? I think maybe 25% in a year. I say, So before taking the loan, I calculated it though. I say, if the worst happen, they will take it from my salary. And I'm still working. Then I project with the way I'm working, with the responsibility that I carried. These people cannot say I should be going in 1 year time. I calculated it. Because I actually left them December 2023. So I said, no. And say, okay, what's come to worst? This is the time I am entering, which is early 2023. I say, okay, what's come to worst? Early 2024. By then I must have completed the loan. And guess what happened? A week, I bought it at 66. A week, it got to 122. It pulled back again. I went to 134, 140. I sold. I came back to the app to pay back my loan. They refused. They say it must be monthly. I say, okay, no wahala na, free capital. Is it not 25% in a year? And I've done 100%. I started enjoying my trade. It pulled back again to 89. I bought. It went back again. I came back again. I bought around 1. I sold around 2. I have been trading Japan gold like that, up and down. It's just lately I left it. And that was why I couldn't enjoy the 2 naira to 3 naira. Of course, there are other people I recommended it that I enjoyed from 2 naira to 3 naira. They were surprised. I said, that's how Japan gold works. You see it full offer in few hours. You see it full bid. That's just how it works. So if you don't understand, you'll be frustrated. I suppose sell low. Hey, I suppose you'll be angry with yourself. But that's how it works. I've studied Japan gold, guys. I've studied it. It goes up and down, up and down. So I don't know who I'm talking to, but all I'm saying is if you are still small, when I mean you are still small is maybe you are 30 years. Maybe you are 30 years old or 35 years old. And maybe you are still doing security. Security is not a bad job. It's not a bad job. Maybe I shouldn't use security. Maybe I should use another thing. Or maybe you are a barman. You work in a bar. Or you are a mixologist. You miss a lot of things. Or maybe you are even working in a brokerage firm. And you are a registrar or you are something. And you don't even understand the market. In fact, maybe you even tell people to come and invest in the market. And you are not even investing. You do not know that you are right where your financial freedom is. And you are giving people financial freedom. You are helping people come and invest. And you say, that man made good money. And the man give you 50,000. And you say, you did not know that you yourself, you can multiply that money. So, no matter your age, no matter where you work, I'm using these low level areas where they earn maybe 80, maybe 100. Let's say you are even a soldier. Let's say you are a soldier. You are a Navy personnel. You're an Air Force personnel. Don't put your goal after serving 35 years. People ahead of you, they've been disappointed. I remember when my dad received his own payment. When I saw the check, I went to the other room and I slept. I slept for 35 years. I slept, guys. I was weak. Do you know, my dad came to wake me up and try to pacify me. That even some people that have served more than he served, they even pay them low. I said, sir, it's not you. It's not you. It's not you. It's just the way the government is paying the money. It's not your fault. You serve the army religiously. My dad has never disobeyed any order before. In fact, from the way I do things, you can tell how my father is. My father is straight. In fact, if you lie once, my father just push you one corner. Straight. This is it. This is it. That's my kind of person. My dad will never carry somebody home to add. So you can tell how he served the army with all his heart. You will never hear that my dad is in the guard room. Doing what? Because there's no how you can disobey. If you see his seniors, you pay compliment. If you are the junior, you don't pay compliment. He's not bothered. My dad will take soldiers to where they are cutting grass, give them their portion. And some might be doing the world graduate. My dad will pick the cutlass from them and clear up everything. And so everybody should be going. Sometimes we'll call him and advise him, say it's not like that. I say, that they are too sluggish. But that day, I made up my mind. I said, no, this money. Why I'm sharing this story is most of your retirement plan, you hope on government. After all, once I retire, government will pay me my pension and I think I'm fine. You are the pension. After watching this, I don't want to see you on any pension queue. Plan your pension now. Don't join people. You know, most times because you can blame somebody, because you can say, this is the reason why I'm like this, and you feel people will leave you. No. There is no reason you want to give. That there is no somebody out there that have been in that situation for years and that is worse than your own situation, and the person make progress. There is none. Do you want to say you don't have father? Do you want to say you don't have mother? There are people who are like that, who have succeeded. Do you want to say it's only you that is on this earth? There are motherless baby like that, who have made impact. Don't plan to be in the pension queue. That's what my daddy used to say, that he thank God has done it, that now the government are going to be paying him and all that. What people don't know is responsibility increases. Your appetite increases. You know, now that you are maybe, okay, let's say you just joined the force, you are just 2 years, 3 years. You can be looking at the pension that they are paying those people there, and you would think it's big. In 30 years time, you'll be shocked. Guys, do you know how 100,000 was big? How much is 100,000 today? And there are still people that 100,000 is still big to them. So don't rely on the government. Plan your own financial freedom. Pick your pen and paper. Don't just watch this video like every other video that you just watch and you say, all these coaches, that's how they used to talk the same thing, Joe. You just move to the next, move to the next, move to the next, and time is going. Pick your pen and paper. And after watching, take action. Take action. Don't you've been regretting that that time. This one you are watching now, don't regret again. Don't say I watch you and I said I'm going to do it too. And no, don't do that. So if you're in the military, you have advantage. You are not paying rent. You are not paying NEPA bill. You are not doing that. You have your full salary to yourself. If I were you, I will save 50% and put it in the stock market. Nobody will stop. Nobody will stop you because you're a military personnel that you should not invest. Nobody stops you. 50,000, and God bless you. You went to a duty and you make some money there. It's not the time to change your furniture. It's not the time to buy big screen as if you are doing cinema. I see that happen a lot in the barracks, and I'm wondering. Even then, I'm not even having 50,000 then, sir. But I'm wondering that this is not the right way. You now buy one big deck. You now be playing music, be disturbing people, or you now go and buy one car. Now put the big speaker. When you are coming, you be blowing it. Everybody will know that you are coming. They will not give you guy name. Talk of the town. Say talk of the town is coming. Or they will say even though. Maybe when you talk, you always say even though. They not use that to give you name. Then after you've enjoyed all this thing, you now park the car. They'll now ask you, you didn't go out. They say, well, that car they give me problem. I just park am. Because now the car is now second wife. You wake up in the morning, you go and wash the car, check the tires. And when you have little issue you cannot solve, you now leave it, you park it, they pay salary. The car is now a liability. It's not bringing you money. It's not an asset because you are not using it, except those that are smart that will use it to go and run transport. Even those that are using it to run transport, is food they use the money to eat. Food. And they will say, thank God though, there is food at home. Say my own be say I have bag of beans for house, I have bag of rice for house. So they know they disturb me again. I know say I don't do okay. That is not okay. That is not okay. If you're a soldier, if you're a Navy, Air Force, listen to me, that's not okay. That's why I wonder when some will leave the job and they'll be begging to come back for 70,000, for 100,000. With this knowledge, even though if you get one security after maybe one or two things, you get security and they are paying you. Of course, they will pay you high and they will give you a good position. Listening to just be putting 50,000, just ensure that maybe you just raise 250 and be trading 300, 1 million, and before you know it, when you have 1 million, target what? Doubling it every year. You're a soldier, you have 1 million, doubling it every year, and in 5 years you have 16 to 32 million. Do you know what it means for a soldier to have 32 million or 16 million? Do you know what it means? Then you do the job like my dad used to do it religiously. You do it well because you know you are fine. And if the job is too stressful, 15 years, you put your paper and go because you have something to take care of yourself. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I just feel if you're a military personnel listening to me, I think it is high time to think. When that money comes from your extra duty or all that, don't go and buy television. Don't go and buy big chair. Don't go and buy car. Except you want to use it for transport. And it's challenging because by the time you're using it for transport, other people were not able to do that. Envy will come because you work in a place where you have numbers. There is human contact. So secretly, you have your trading account. Nobody knows. You are buying, you are selling, you are buying, you are selling. When you are trading and somebody is coming, you quickly minimize and you go to TikTok. And the person can say, you say that, you know, say this is why they talk. All these people, you scroll. After it's gone, you come back again, you look at it. In the night, you carry your paper. Maybe you just enter, you don't know anything. Just go and pay for one small shop. 1 month, they teach you computer. From that little money, you buy one small laptop, put inside your house. Don't even let people know you have laptop. Put it inside your house. In the night, you on it and check everything. And that is how you go gradually. By the time you have that 16 million, 30 million, codedly, you know. So guys, sorry I take a lot of time talking. In case you've been wondering what Investor Joe is saying, I actually did not plan to say all this, but I think somebody that will listen to this video just need this. Either you are in the police, Air Force, civil defense, don't fight the government. Don't blame the government. Your children will not understand because they will know that one soldier at one point in time actually made money from the market. So don't be left out. Don't be left out. And in case you are in the civil service and you are planning for pension, you better plan through trading. I did another video on dividends. Plan that dividends and be getting your dividends. Be increasing it. Imagine you retired and every month you are getting $1,000 as dividends. That is like 1.6 million every month. I know some of you will say, but inflation. Even after that inflation we will eat, some of you will not even get that 1.6 million. So anytime they tell you 5 years, 10 years, what your mind goes is inflation. The man in the village did not even know what is inflation. His own is, I have money now. So, either if you are 20 years and you're listening to me, congratulations. I wish I didn't have such opportunity. 20 years. My interest came investing from watching the news. I realized after they play the 9 a.m. news, because in our house, 9 a.m. everybody needs to be there. It's not now that you allow your children, everybody's pressing for. Even my kids, once it is 7, you drop your phone. We eat together, watch the video together, create bonding. So your children will not be at home and somebody else outside will be controlling them. You allow Mark Zuckerberg to be controlling them. No. That's not how it's going to work. So we do watch news. When we watch news like that, I realize after the news, they will show sports. After sports, they will now say the news is over. Once they go to that business news, all my brothers will say the news is over. I say, but this is news now. So, then I'll see corn oil gain 1 naira. I'll see Mobi gain 50 kobo. I say, which one is this one? They say, it's for big men. And guess what? Why I was small? I want to be a big man. I say, it's for big man. They say, they now change it. I was now say, my dad said, they should bring it back for me, Joe. So even me that I'm watching, I did not understand what I'm watching, no. But for the fact that they say it's big men that are investing in it, so it was boring. I'll just be looking at a number. The reason why I cannot tell them to change it is because of shame, so that they will not say, Shevina, you say you won't watch. Yeah, they watch now. So that was how I started watching. And I now asked, okay, how can I buy this thing? Because I realized that this Mobi, it was losing yesterday, but today I gain 1 naira. Even though 1 naira is small, and I know that I have the 1 naira, I say there must be something in trade. They cannot be doing 1 naira because be showing. That's what my brother said. I have to go to the bank. It's a long process, so I have to go to the bank and do. And I say, I have to go to the bank. He say, I say, okay. I say maybe when I'm mature now, when I get to the age, he say, so fast forward 2016. I saw this thing again. I say, when I was small, this is this. I say, even then, in Nigeria, you can't trade foreign stocks. 2016, you can't trade foreign stocks. It was Eagle Global that was available there. And what they do is CFD. That's contract for difference. You are not trading the real asset. It's just a shadow of it. It mimics the real asset. So that was what was available. So even then, the guy that was kind of learning on that was like, then it was an idea. So even me, I saw it, that the opportunity for someone to just connect with these people and have Nigeria own. And I was just thinking, no money, no like minds, only you. Thank God for the internet. Though I wondered what I would have become, because the people around me, if I enter my talk, they say, I beg your talk. Your talk is too. You are not in this world. You over reason. That's what my friend used to say. You over reason. I beg. Semitula. I beg. Forget this to me. They talk. That's how they used to treat me. I remember me sometimes. I'll not be at home and say, is it that? Because then I was thinking that somebody can just connect and start, and they're like, you just say easy. I beg you. Not until the day I saw Chaka. Hi! Because then I was trading with Investopedia. They have a simulator. I have $100,000 there. That's what I used to trade to practice all this foreign stock. Because I said one day somebody will bring it, and if nobody brings it, I say I will try and bring it, or look for people that will bring it. When I saw Chaka, I say, even now nobody is doing option trading, but I'm studying option. I'm studying option trading, and I'm trading and I'm making money until when I will have access to a platform that gives option, and I'll add it to my product offering, and also we'll start making money through it. So guys, I just want to say all this to let you know that it is very, very important, irrespective of where you are. Start where you are. If it is 10,000 you have, what you have is enough. what you have is enough. And I've given you hints and tips on how to go about this. If you work for a firm and you have access to 0% loan, take advantage of it. And guess what? Don't come to the market and be guessing. No. You are too big to take such risks. It's not a risk, so to speak, because you are going to pay. To now come to the market and be guessing and be saying somebody say. And you know this is money matter. Emotion is there. And before you know it, if your portfolio is down, you just get angry and you just sell and move on and say it's not working. After 5 years, you now see somebody that tells you that same thing changes our life. You now be contemplating that maybe I would have stayed a bit longer. Maybe. So just get ready. And now this video will be very, very long. Will be very, very long because this is a video you just take a full weekend to just watch, digest, and take step. In short video, I can't pour my heart like this. I can't. But now, in fact, if this video can be 10 hours, let it be. So if you can dedicate 10 hours, you can take decision that will change your life. Enough of this short, this thing that you want to just please your mind and release a kind of dopamine and you are fine, but you're not moving forward. TikTok has messed up with our mind. We just want sharp. No, where are you running to? Rushing to where? If you want to do YouTube, you sit down, maybe you have people that you follow, which is excellent. You can follow 5, you can follow 10 if you can digest. If your digestive system is strong. It's only when you don't have, if your digestive system is not strong, that is when you have problem. That's when you have problem. Because if the person is saying buy Presco, this person says sell Presco, this person says hold Presco, you are now confused. But if your digestive system is strong, you already know what to do. In fact, there's some people when they tell you buy, that's when you want to go and sell. Some people when they tell you sell, that's when you want to go and buy, based on how you digest information. But if you are just coming, you don't understand. What I advise people, one person that suits your style, I might not be the one, and I'm fine. We have my kind of person. We are many on the internet. Just pick one and follow. And so far, I've been consistent in my content. I've been consistent. So every day you have something to watch. In case you cannot watch everybody, just pick one. If I were you, that's what I would do. I'll just pick one or two. I like this person's style, I like this person's style. So every day if I go to the internet, I on my notification. Once this person posts, I watch. What person posts, and I'm fine. So don't take all these steps. You now have money. You now be playing gamble. You and the person playing Bet Nigeria, there's no difference. I say this one enter, this one don't enter. No, you have to be strategic. You have. Is it trading that will take me there? Is it long time? When you say long time, your own long time can be 6 months. Your own long time can be 1 year. I have stock that I'm holding now for a long time. By early 2027, I'm out of that stocks. I'm out. Even 2026, I might be out. Once I see my target and I see another one that is very, very cheap, what will I be doing? To please you that I told you that 2027? Or to please somebody that I've told I'm holding for 3 years? No. The 3 years I said I'm going to hold is based on what is happening now. So next month another thing can happen and I will reduce it. You not arrest me. And you can't say, but you say we should hold for a long time. That's why you have to be following me. So that by the time I do those changes, you'll be in the know. I remember one time I was watching a YouTube channel and the guy said we should go and buy. And I bought. And I was holding until it went down. Then when I check and the guy was sharing that, thank God he sold. I said, I got angry. That's why I said I'm going to learn this thing myself. So that I can know when to go in and when to go out. Not watch random person that I'm not communicating with. And there are a lot of things in his head. But if you are my community, of course, when I'm selling, I share with them. And I give them the reason why they are selling. And I also ask them, if it is for a long time, hold. Highest that can happen, the stock will come down to your entry. And that's part of the pains that comes if you are a long-term investor. That's part of the pains. You should be able to hold on to stocks coming down to your entry. It's only when you are short-term that you don't want that to happen. But if you are a long-term, you experience it. Except you only have one stock. If you have 5 long time stock, you experience they will come back to the entry, even go below before they return. So you feel that pain because it returned back to your entry. So those are the experience you have if you're a short time and if you're a long time investor. So guys, let me not waste your time. I know I've spent close to 40 minutes, and so sorry in case you don't, all these messages are not for you, but I think those that did message are directed towards we actually learned one or two and take action. And if you are big already, nothing stops you from becoming a billionaire. Yes. And if you have billion, nothing stops you from doubling it and use the rest for charity. It's very, very key. And if you have siblings that are studying for urgent 2K, the only way you can do it, except you don't want to empower them, except if they are young, they have energy, get my stock for Tornado and deposit 2 million in their account and give them target that they should double it in a year. And from there, they should withdraw and take care of themselves. And you'll be shocked how these guys we run through. And in 5 years' time, someone come and tell you that, uncle, thank you so much. I've built a house. I'm telling you. Have you not seen headlines, the millions in the market? Billions. When will you take your own? When? And if you're in my community, this 10 years is just too long. 5 years. It's not cho. You will see the template and you will follow. And you know that if I'm doing this thing, if I keep at it. So guys, let's just move how you are going to do this. So who is this for? This is for those who want to retire in 10 years using the stock market. You might want to use cocoa. You might want to use palm oil. You might want to use pure water. You might want to use farm. You might want to use cassava. You might want to use gari. There are different methods. But this video is for those who want to do it using the stock market. And it is for those who are 35 years old and they're still doing 9 to 5. See, 9 to 5 has changed people's life. The money I use in investing when I started, I got it from 9 to 5. So there are billionaires who are doing 9 to 5. So don't get it twisted and think 9 to 5. It just depends on the environment you find yourself. And me that I'm telling you, I'm still doing 9 to 5. But it is sweet and better when you are doing 9 to 5 by choice. I don't want to see it at home. Let me just look for somewhere. It's the next generation that likes it at home. Our generation, we just want to get something going and come. In fact, I have a friend that built a house and it just gave a kind of distance. Then he built an office. I said, he said, yes, that will wake up in the morning and just arrange, put tie and all that and walk down to the office just to deceive the brain that he's working, because it cannot just be at home. That's why some people just give up, because they just find out that nothing is in life again. No adventure. No, the purpose of having goal and all that is to eat it. If you eat it, you won't say you want to go and, if you say you want to have 8-figure, 100 million, by the time you eat 100 million, will you not go and relax? Of course, there are times you if you are coming from poverty background and all that, by the time you eat 10 million, you just think you've arrived, because in your mind then 10 million is like 10 billion. So now you are there. So anybody that talks to you, you said, I beg, how much? I feel feed you. I've heard people that said, I'll train you for 5 years. I'll feed you for, and say, so you prayed for God to give you money so that you can intimidate your fellow human being and say you can feed. If you can feed, why not you take that money and give to the person as gift? Why are you saying it as pride that you can feed the person and all that? So I'm just saying all this to let you know that I'm not talking down on 9 to 5. I know billionaires that are still doing 9 to 5. In fact, some CEO that makes 500 million every month, 100 million every month, they still go to their place. In fact, they still go there early, their place of work. That is the company they own. They go early and they close late. Of course, a lot of things might cause some of those things, but I'm just saying that there are people that, because some people, maybe the house is not conducive, maybe the wife is not making it conducive, so they just channel their energy and focus on the job they are doing. You understand? But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not talking down on 9 to 5. So, in fact, 9 to 5 is something you can use to aid your financial freedom journey. So, you might not be 35 years, you might be 45. If you add 10 years, that's 55. So at 55, you don't want one small boy that got promoted to be calling you by your name. And when you know you have his mate at home, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? So when you get to that point, it is why you need this. And the reason why you've gotten to that point is because you didn't come across this video when you were 20, when you were 16, when you were 19. So you don't have to be rich to invest, but you have to invest to get rich. So a lot of people, they say, when I have, no, 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 no. There is one quote that has changed my life, guys. There is one quote. And that quote, I got it from T.L. Osborne. T.L. Osborne. He said, work on being, not on having. Work on being, not on having. The day you understand these quotes, the day you understand this thing that I'm saying, this sentence, your life will change. Because it changed my life too. Work on being, not on having. The whole world, majority, 90%, they're after having. That's why anything you say I don't have, anything they say I don't have. No, I don't have. I wish I have. Is having. He says success is what you become. When you set a goal that you want to make 1 billion in the market, I'm just giving you a tip. Mine is actually $1 million. That's like 1.6 billion. The question I ask myself is, who do I need to become to make that money? Who do I need to become? And that is the purpose of goal. By the time you eat the goal, you should look at your version and look at the old version of yourself and see that I've improved though. Normally, this kind of statement I will argue, but now I just let go because it's not important. Sometimes village people call you and they are dragging over one small piece of land, and although you attend to them, say okay, let's have a meeting, but deep inside you say Then they now ask how much. You say it's 100,000. That is it, and you'll be wondering in your mind 100, and they are disturbing themselves, having sleepless night. The one that is in church is praying. The one for that small piece of land in the village. Why you've outgrown. So T.L. Osborne said, work on being, not on having. Because with what you become, you will have. My brothers and sisters, the day you know this, you know that chasing money is not worth it. That's why you see a lot of people, they do 5 jobs, gathering money because they thought that it is money. That is why some people, when they lost the money, they just give up. Because they can't process how they can start that thing all over again. But if you have a system, if you have a flow, it's not you just have 100 million in your account and that is what you have. Only you are protecting it, spending it gradually. You are saying, I want to invest. You are you are investing with fear. And most times what you fear most will happen. What you fear most. So I am bringing this to you because I want you to have this trading in the stock market as an alternative income. And if it becomes the main income, congratulations. Let me shock you. There are people who are trading for a living. The Nigerian market has gotten to a stage that people trade for a living. But if you trade for a living, I want you to have a template. I want you to have a template. And also pay yourself salary. Then in that salary account, you know the kind of profit you drop there. If you can raise it up to a certain amount, excellent. And because that money now, that salary account, you can be putting it in the stock that pays dividends. So now you are earning in 2 places. So dividends is taking care of your expenses while you are still building your capital. So why do you need to have stock markets when you get to this age? So that you will not depend on your job. Your job will not be your single income. I heard the story of a lady, I don't know how true it is. When Access Bank then, I think maybe they acquired Diamond, or I don't know, maybe that time of Buhari when 2015 or no, 2015, 2016, when banks were dropping people and all that. And this lady, hardworking, expecting a baby, hardworking. And the husband still sometimes when men just drop or when they fall, they find it difficult to bounce back. They find it difficult to bounce back. But sometimes women, they just create one small restaurant, and 1 or 2 years, you see they are strong and back. So she's the one taking the responsibility of the family, doing everything and all that, taking care of the family and all that. And she goes to work and all that. And she was dropped. Hi. A lot going through her mind. A lot. And based on what I heard, she went to take something and she lost her life. She lost her life. After all those stress. Why? She's looking at it. If this job is no longer there, how are we going to cope? This man, I'm the one assisting. I'm the one assisting. Don't allow yourself to get to that stage when it is only your job. When it is only your job. No. No. If they ask you to go home, you should be able to live that same kind of life for 1 year. And before 1 year, of course, you have experience where you work. You should be able to start something, or you should be able to join a place. It's not a must you join a place. You can go there and work for them for free. Because you already have money that you're taking care of you. Go there and work for free. From that free, you will see the one that will pay you. It's just how life is. It's either you are going forward or you are no middle ground. They say staying water stinks. Staying water stinks. So if you listen to this story and you are like, that is why you need to start the stock market. So that just in case your boss, your boss has emotion, blood is flowing. That's why a lot of people don't know that they have risks in their job. If blood is flowing. So if he just tell you that maybe your boss don't like your face or somebody offend and he say be going home, you're not going to kill yourself. No. God died for you. Christ died for you and gave you a life. And you want to take it by your own hands? No. No. Because of God is your resource. God is your source. God is your source. That's the ultimate source. He's just using that job. So if that job is no longer there, he use another means. Don't tie yourself to one job. I heard of a story again where a woman shared that this lady has been working for a company 20 years, dedicated. And when the husband say, tell the husband that, is there no bill to pay? Am I not the only one? I'm going up and down. The job is not to pay bill and all that, And the man will like, okay. Get to a point, the woman will say, you are jealous. It's because I'm earning. That you are jealous. Said until one day that she fell ill. And it took a month. She's still at home. And she received a letter. And she has been replaced. And she ranted like, after all the years I've served, this is that, this is. I say, I laughed. There's a place I worked before. My colleague used to say my boss liked him very well. I say, it's because you are doing your job. Still and see if your boss still likes you. It's because you are doing your job. If you are doing what is right, your boss will like you. So they asked him to do what? To stop. This job that she has given all her best, she does not have any other life. Guys, if you experience 2020, you see how you don't have identity except your job. Where there is no job, what did you do at home? You were eating, sleeping. So are you saying take away your job, you are useless? COVID-19 opened my eyes. 2020, I say, you don't have identity. That's why if they ask you, who are you? You quickly jump to bring out what you do, your job, to introduce yourself. Quickly. So all what I'm saying is try and cultivate and build another means through the stock market. One of my mentors said something that the reason why he likes the stock market is there is no human contact. Nobody will say envy you, jealous you, because nobody is seeing you. It's on your system. It's only when you come out and said, I have Presco, that people will say, oh, you have Presco. So it's you and your system. You see, when I'm doing my video using my platform, I hide my figure to help you, so that you don't think that when will I get to that point, and so that you don't say, it doesn't have anything safe. So please, work on being and not on having, because with being you always have. You always have. So if you're in a place working, look at the system and learn. You are there to learn, not to earn. You might be there to earn. Maybe you don't like what you are doing, but be fast. Be fast. Gather your money and go and do what you like doing. So you don't have to be rich to invest. Start where you are. What you have is enough. That's the mindset I have anytime I'm working with anybody. What do I have to do this thing? This. I said, okay, what I have is enough. I go and produce the result. I don't look at it that I have this. No. That's not what I. So, what is the 10-year vision? So, Warren Buffett said, he says someone sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. So, what is your vision? What is your plan? What do you have for your kids? What's your plan? Are they going to pray for you, or they're going to lay curse on you? Which one are they going to do? Because of what you've done, the seed you planted. So if your current age is 35, I'm using this as an example. You can put your current age there and add 10 and do your planning. Let this weekend be a life-changing weekend for you. Please, I've taken out time to study, taken out time to do research, and to bring this. This is hours of videos that we are doing just for you. So, your current age is 35. I wanted to do an avatar, but I don't know who it's going to speak to. So let me leave it at general stage, because I would have used maybe a military officer in doing this analysis, or a lecturer, or a professor doing this analysis. So your retirement target will be 45 years. That's when you add 10 years. It will be 45. And what is the primary vehicle we are using? The stock market. The stock market. And what is the goal? Is to build a portfolio that creates passive income and capital growth. So put your age, take a sheet of paper. Don't lie down and be watching this thing. This is not video. This is not Dogu Pararan that you're watching. No. You can slide down and be watching Dogu Pararan. This one, you have to sit down and take your pen. But investors already have billion. You don't want to increase it. You've not read the story of the 7 billionaires. They came down to nothing. So, the life is not created for you to retire. Insatisfaction is gift from God. It's gift from God. So you're not supposed to be satisfied. And if you have early satisfaction in you, take it off. Even though your growth portfolio is 1 million, once you hit 1 million, shift it to 10 million. Once you hit 10 million, shift it to 50. Once you hit 50, shift it to 100. Don't get 10 as, just like a guy that went to Lagos. He left his village, went to Lagos. And after 3 months, he was able to save 50,000 naira. Guess what he did? He packed his load. He said the money is looking for life. All the money he wants in life, God has given him. And he ran to the village. And if he's listening to me now, you wonder that what kind of stupid mindset is that one? I heard of a story of a boy too that was in the village and shouting, this. If you go to the town, and they took him to Lagos. They took him to Marina. He couldn't come down from a vehicle. They now asked him why. He said those building wants to fall. Those tall building. He said his eye was turning in. So work on your mindset, guys. To have that pen, write your age. Let's say 25. Let's say 50. Write it. Then what is your retirement target age? You write it. Add 10 to it. That is your current age plus 10 years. Then it's equals to that. Then primary vehicle, stock market. What is the goal? To build portfolio that create passive income. Because you want one that will be giving you, as you are building, as you're making profit, you'll be building that of the dividends. I have already done a video about that of the dividends, so that you're able to use that dividends to take care of yourself. First month, it can be $10. Second month, maybe $11. But before 1 year, it might get to $20 or $30, depending on how much you are putting. But now you're looking at 10 years. So before 10 years, that portfolio might be delivering maybe $1,000. Or let's even say $500. But of course, you know, and you know your target, and you know if it's okay for you. So you need to get your financial house in order. That is the first step you want to do. That is the first step. Remember, I told you that. Let's go back. Let me show you what I. This is it. I said you don't have to be rich. You don't have to be rich to invest. You understand? You have to invest to get rich. So my mom used to say something that you cannot be clean before you enter the bathroom. So you have to enter the bathroom for you to be clean. So do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. So the first thing, once your money is coming in, for me, when I was growing up, when I say growing up, when I was just building my portfolio, then I save 50%, if not 70% of my salary. My 13 months, everything goes to the stock market. Everything. Guys, you need to take a decision. If you are married, you need to take decision with your wife. If truly you want a what? A financial freedom. And if your wife is not understanding, it's just what God has given you. You don't have to chase her away. You don't have to make it a problem. You just send this video to her to watch. And after watching, if she still insists that no, her hair money is there or this is this, just leave her, and maybe you just adjust for, maybe instead of you saving $100, for example, maybe you can do 50. And if you have any gifts, any money coming, you just save everything. So stylishly, you build wealth instead of you scattering your home because of financial freedom. You understand? So there are people that live from day to day. I've been in that family where we don't have that money in the account, but we are living. Even the school fees, my father did not have it in the bank. But when it comes, you rally around, get it, and we move ahead. So there are family like that. There are family that have it in bulk. They are keeping it and they are admiring it. Some people, their minimum balance is 1 billion. So no matter how they spend, that 1 billion is there. So it's different family. So what I'm saying is, don't use this to go and fight your wife that she refused and she doesn't want you to grow and all that. No. She might not be seeing what you are seeing. So you that is seeing the thing clearly, it should force you some little expenses that you are doing. You cut it. It's just for a certain period. You understand? Just a certain period. So spend what is left after saving. So while I was working, I don't buy clothes for like 3 years. I did not buy any clothes. I did not buy any singlet. Is the one. I love clothes very well. I buy those things. So when I get this knowledge, I say, no, I have to cut down some things. So even then, while I was working, I was the manager managing my colleagues. Do you know my colleagues? If I see their food, I used to be amazed that, is this guy planning to be are these guys planning to be financially free like this? But I cannot sell my idea to them. Once I try to sell, they say that's my personal principle, and I kept it to myself. Until when we spent like 4 years there, and they were like, they've not achieved anything. But when they started, and I said, it is just where that we should keep focused. But when they were saying that, I have lands already. But I don't want to tell them so that they will not be disappointed. But then I used to eat beans and plantain. And then the beans and plantain is 200 naira, no pomo. 200 naira, no pomo. You understand? In fact, sometimes if I buy pomo, the woman used to be shocked that this one you ate pomo today. So what did I do? Once I eat that, it's beans in the afternoon, I use pure water to push it. And once I get back home, I'm the only one at home now. I just buy 100 naira groundnuts and I just drink my garri. And in fact, my cashier that works with me, she used to be surprised that I will go home with 5,000 in my wallet as my feeding for that week, and the next weekend that money will still be there. Like maybe it will be around maybe 2 something or 3 sometimes. She's like, that you are lucky, because even she, everything has gone. Yeah, everything has gone. So that helped me to be building. So it was 2020 when I bought Japogo that I shared the story when we started. That was what actually shoot up that money. So I now saw 1.2. So that was it's for that 1.2. There is one landed property then. I just quickly lock in 4 of it. You understand? I just quickly lock it there. For that's it was that plot was, I think, maybe 250 or so. So the remaining one I started building again. I started building. So that was when I started growing my money. So it now get to a point. And I took 100,000 naira. I went to the market to buy clothes. Now I know that, okay. You understand? I went to buy clothes. So after buying clothes, came back home. I go to the same restaurant they used to go to, my colleague then. I think a plate of food then is like 1,000 naira then. While I was eating 200 naira, you see the gap. Oh, they go and eat. And even that one time they used to eat, they don't eat it every day. They just do it maybe 3 times in a week. Then there are other people that do 500 and they don't do that one. But me, sometimes if I just go there and do my 250 and back, the highest I can do, there's a woman selling buns. I just buy like 100 naira buns and use water. If you know where you are going, all those things will not disturb you. Some people will bring clothes, people that bring clothes to the office now. Tell them, don't worry, don't worry. So I was able to save, get to that stage. There was a time I got to the market and I bought clothes. 1 million naira. Clothes worth 1 million. Clothes alone. In fact, the guy used to call me every day. He has never made such sales before. He has never. But I just let me reward myself. And I bought. And guess what? All those things I bought, then they were expensive somehow. But now they are like times 3. Sometimes when I ask how much is it, they say, I say, thank God I just bought this thing then. So what am I trying to share? If you see me spend such money now, you would think I squander money. No, it is profit I'm spending. It is profit I'm spending. I shared with you how I made 10 million naira from Name It. If I use that 10 million naira to go and get a car, if you are watching me, you would think, if I have this 10 million, but that's profit. So I'll be stupid when I now use the 6 million naira I invested in buying Name It to go and buy the car. And that's when I'm stupid. But I use that to generate that 10 million. So I can use that 10 million now to do what? To get a car. I can use that 10 million now to get a car. And that will also make me to enjoy my car. You get the point? So you just have to understand how it works. There are people that what they have in their wardrobe for years now, they've not put it on. As I'm talking to you, if I not buy clothes for 5 years, 5 good years, I have what to put on. Native, corporate, all I have what to put on. I have what to put on. But then all my clothes were just in one Ghana must go. My house, just one bed on the floor. One bed on the floor. In fact, if I show you, I used to do video then. Just one bed there. In fact, a lady came and the way she used her eye to scan the whole house, in her mind, she will say, I don't want to enter poverty. And she just changed totally after getting to the house. I'm like, in fact, there's one lady that came and she looked at my house and said, is this, you know how she put it? Is this where you live? I'm sure she's listening to this now. She will say, maybe I've made a mistake. Yes, you made a mistake. Big one. Because you follow flashy things. You don't have the inner eye to see that this guy has somewhere. This guy is going somewhere. In fact, another one came and she told me that your budgeting, this your budget is too much. That's what she said. Yeah. I used to go to a restaurant then. I choose where I go to. But now, do you know now when I enter a restaurant, I don't even check the menu price. I look at what I want to eat. If I like it, I get it. I don't check the price again. So imagine if that lady decide to stay. But then she said you budget a lot and she left. I wondered who she'll be with now. So I'm just saying, in my house, no television. Nothing. Only bed. But that helped me a lot. Do you know why? Anytime I get back home, there's nothing else to do than to read. I read. After reading, I watch YouTube videos. After watching YouTube videos, then I was even watching videos on how to develop a website. I want to become a coder here. I was just watching it, learning. I learned a lot of skills during that period. I learned marketing, I learned art copy, I learned how to use Canva, how to do video editing and all that. I was learning all those stuffs, guys. Now I don't have time to learn. Even though I still learn some certain things, but I don't have that time then. But guess what? All those skills, each time I dedicate one night, all of them will just come up. They will just show up. They'll just show up. So what I'm trying to say is, people might even laugh at you. People might, but you know your focus. And I was able to do that because I wasn't taking care of anybody. When I mean I'm not taking care of anybody, that doesn't mean I'm still helping my other ones, their kids and all that, paying for WAEC, doing all those stuff. I was still assisting. I'm a family person. In fact, I'll do a video to tell you that most people complain about black tax. Black tax is actually a favor. I'll do another video about that so that you understand. Because most people have painted it as if you shouldn't help anybody at all. It's not like that. Some people will be equipped to do some certain things for some people. My mom used to tell us that it's because of the strong man outside that we have strong man inside. But there's a problem if that strong man inside is not disturbing people around inside the house. Because the purpose of the strong man inside the house is to fight anyone that is coming outside. You understand? So what am I trying to say? Budget. Your 13 months, invest everything. Increment, they increase your salary, live as if they've never increased it. The excess, add it to what you've been saving before. Because time is coming. It get to a point. I was making my salary from the market. That's 2022 now. When this stock WAPIC was still around 40. Cotvai was still 20. Champs was still 20 kobo. And they move from 20 to 26 and they pull back. Sometimes Champs will get to 30 kobo and pull back. That's where I was making my... Once they pay my salary, I dump all inside. Once I sell, guess what? I take that certain amount that I will use in my day-to-day and I continue to spend. Continue to spend. I'll buy WAPIC around 40, sometimes 38, and I'll sell at 44, 46. And it will still drop again. That's in and out. That's what I've been doing. All these stocks that they've shoot now. I used to trade them there gradually, back. You understand? But today they've shoot. Are you saying there's still such opportunity in the market? Yes. There is still such. In fact, my course that is coming, there's a particular video how to interpret market reports. That is where I want to show them how you can make money weekly. So if you understand it, you can earn your salary, dump it inside the market, and choose this stock, and the stock give you 10-20%. You withdraw that and do one or two things. But when you are married, when you want to budget, you have to put your wife in the game. And like I said, if she's not ready to do anything like that, all you need to do is to see how you can increase your income. Just like I said, you can take a salary loan that is 0. And you start investing. One thing women want, they don't want to know the process. The process, they can be scaring. I listened to a woman that said her husband used to blow money during forex. That it got to one point, she has to go and call the pastor. They should pray for the husband. But after 3 years, when the guy brought in $100,000, that's like 160 million. The woman changed and said, you should forgive her. She didn't see it that way. So you can't say maybe she's money. No. Because then she was fighting that, if we have this money, we would have used it to do one or two things like that. Than you just dumping it in this thing called forex that is not bringing out anything. You understand? At one point, I was, any money I have, USDT, any money, crypto, any money, and sometimes the thing will just do me shaggy. There's a lady that close to me then. She said, please, every time, yes, please, don't put this one in USDT. But when I cash out 10 million, 20 million, she's like, wow, this thing is working. No? It's just how life is. It's just how life is. So, pay off high interest debts if you have, especially if you are using credit card, if you are outside. Pay it off. because it accumulates. And ensure you build an emergency fund. I shared a story of a woman that took her life because she lost her job. Imagine if she have expenses of 6 months. So she have 6 months to worry. 6 months to be saying, by June, I have this thing. 6 months. She has 6 months. So anything can happen. Even the husband can get a good job. And you need to track expenses and automate saving. Automate saving. In case you cannot save, automate it. Automate it. Once salary is coming in, this amount should go here. Because some of you are not disciplined. So you have to automate. I have a brother that is well disciplined. If you give him money to hold for you, that exact money. But I have another brother. If you give money to hold, he will give you back, but not that exact money. If he's hungry, he will spend that money and ask you when you need that. Tell me like 2 weeks or a week time. So different human being. So same money, you are complaining that the salary is not enough. I've never seen somebody that says salary is enough. I've never, because Parkinson law will always follow. It will always follow. Your income, your expenses will rise to equate your income. It is normal. It is normal. Because when you don't have, you used to eat in mama put. You used to eat amala. You understand? But now that the money is a bit high now, you now move to Yakoyo. You understand? Or you go to Amala Central. You get the point? Or then you used to go to Yananja. You know Yananja. You used to go to Yananja. Now you've graduated, is Amala Central. You used to go. So if you're in Lagos, if you're on the island, you used to go to all these smaller joints. But now you go to Yakoyo and you go to Amala Sky. So just saying that. So you need to track your expenses and also automate your saving. Now, you need to set a retirement number. You understand? So Yogi Berra said, if you don't know where you are going, you will end up someplace else. So you end up somewhere else. So that's what they're just trying to say. You need to know where you are going. A man of God shared a story how they were kind of traffic and he tried to follow a guy at the front. So the guy caught one certain area and he followed the guy. So the guy moved to another area, followed the guy, and he was following the guy. Said, thank God he has escaped traffic. And he found out that the guy just parked. I now realize that the guy parked in front of his house. When the guy dropped down and the children ran out, he said, So he was just following the guy. The guy was going home. And he thought he was following somebody that knows the road. So you need to do what? You need to understand what you are doing and follow your direction. You understand? Follow that. You need to know where you are going so that you will not end up somewhere else. Because if you don't know where you are going, every bus stop will look attractive. But if you know where you are going, you can even sleep and tell the person, please, when you get to this part. So you are not bothered about any other thing that you are seeing. Like some people trade stock today. Insurance stock is shooting up. Do you know what they will do? They'll go and sell other stocks. But that's because they don't have reason why they bought those stocks. The only reason they have is for it to go up. So now that it's not going up, they pack their money and come to the insurance and dump the money. Now they are not surprised that with this news that is coming, some people are selling. Who are those selling? That's what people don't ask. Who are those selling? Those that have made what? Good gains. Good gains. And of course, this is a hype. It's going to calm down. No matter the news, it's going to calm down. Of course, last week we saw like 2, 3, 4 that were available for people to buy in the market. There's only a few that are still shooting. And those few will get to a stage, they will soft pedal. If you're in those stocks, congratulations. You say you are talking because you don't have them. I have. Even my community, we bought. So I'm just giving you guidance that you don't just you have to know what you are doing, because most times by the time you leave that stock now, you now enter that one. You now realize that one is just waiting for you to just leave, because to them you are disturbing. So immediately you move out, that one will now start going up. The one you bought will now start coming down, and you say you don't tire. Say village people don't get me. So for example, let's say your goal is to make 200 million, or let's say 150,000 naira is your goal for passive income, either via dividends or growth stocks. So what you need to do is to calculate to use your calculator to determine monthly or annual contributions. So based on the money you want to look at what you'll be putting in every month. So if you know what you are putting in anymore will not be too large, you have to reduce this target. Instead of 200 million, you can take it to 50 million so that your monthly contribution will reduce. So your monthly contribution will be constant so that you make this money. Of course, as you are making profits, you can still take from it to also attend to some expenses. Now, you need to maximize monthly investment. So Robert Kiyosaki says something, say wealth is not earned by working harder, but by making your money work for you. So the greatest way the rich make money is to make money on money. So if you make money on money, it's actually good than to make money on labor. So money on money means you have this money, you put it, and they are making some certain percentage for you. You realize you don't need to work again for the rest of your life. Instead, you have to create jobs for others to make. So save and invest 30 to 50%. I told you when I started, I almost invest 100% and withdraw profit when I started. So save and invest 30 to 50% of your income. And you can combine it with side hustle. You understand? Let's say you are doing a job and you're earning and you know you have time to do another one. Of course, you don't do it forever now. You can just do it 1 year and have some certain cash so that you can actually multiply that money yourself. So the next stage, you can use automated investing into dividend stocks. I did a video concerning that where you'll be earning money, although I use At&T to do that example. So the third one, you want to prioritize consistency over perfection. So consistency is key. And most times, if 30-50% is too high, I want to encourage you to start with like 5%. 5% is small. Or start by 1% and be increasing it by 0.5%. So this month you save 1%. Next month you save 1.5%. The next month you save 2%, so that your brain will not know how to stop you. And before your brain will think otherwise, you're already at 20% and you can stop there and continue to build wealth. So these are just some steps that you need to take. So use the power of compounding interest. So compound interest is very, very key. You know, I was sharing with my premium community how if you invest 10 million in a fund that is delivering, let's say 15 to 20%, you are very, very sure that in 10 to 20 years, you have more than 250 million. So if you have a child and maybe you're able to make 10 million or you have 10 million, why not just put this 10 million in the name of that child? I'm telling you. And when that guy will be 18, 20, that guy will be worth 200 million. That is what your dad did not do for you. Your dad did not give you such gift. And don't give the same emptiness that your dad delivered to you, to your kids. No. If you can do that, you'll be shocked. That guy will be flexing around with such amount of money. That's 250 million or 300 million. And for just conservative reason, and let's not be over ambitious, you can just consider 10%. Of course, you can get 15%, you can get 20% from the market. Yes, you can get that, and you compound in that child. All you need to do is to give the guy financial knowledge, give the guy some good habit and some good morals, so that by the time he wake up to this money, he should be able to use it well. He shouldn't know what money can buy. He should know the value of money and also how to make money. So from small, you want to engage in some certain things. You should do some certain work and earn some money, so that you should know how to go. You should read some book. If you finish this book, I give you $2. Finish it, I give you $5. If you clear the garden, you give $5. After a while, you don't have a gardener again. He will be the gardener. He's working and he's earning salary. Before you know, if you have a friend that have a little place, let him go there and work and earn money, so that by the time this money hits, you will not start going to the club, start messing around and squander the money and come back to square zero before you now start all over again. So you just have to be very, very smart. So compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, according to Albert Einstein. So you want to invest early and then you want it to be regular. That is what you want to do. So if you are watching this and you are 20 years, congratulations, you still have time, guys. And if you are watching this, you are 30 years, congratulations, you still have time. And if you are 50 years watching this, congratulations, you still have time. And in case you are 60 years, congratulations, you still have time. And if you are 70 years, congratulations, you still have time. Because as long as you are alive, you still have a future. And the future is always bright and it will be better than today. Don't allow age to stop you from making progress. progress. If I were you, I can just leave age and be celebrating birthday without counting it. If at all it brings you, it spoils your mind when you count it. But it depends on who you are comparing with. Like I said, don't compare yourself with another person. Compare your today with yesterday and see if you are making progress. So compounding turns 100,000 a month into millions over a decade. Yeah. And imagine if you don't have that, you can do 20,000, you can do 30,000, and before you know, you are out of it. I watched a story of a woman that made money from just little savings, and she was able to train a child, and that child finished university. So that's to tell you how these little things actually matters. So it's little drop of water that makes an ocean, that makes a river. So don't ignore the days of little beginning. Just like what the Bible told us about the story of Christ, where he multiplied the bread and fishes. You can see in the eyes of those that are following him, they felt this thing is too small. They say, what is this among so many? So maybe that's how you've been treating your salary. Maybe that's how you've been treating your pay. Don't be telling everybody, you see any customer, you say, oh, how much they pay me? Reach me, this one, that one. In fact, when I was doing security, I've shared this story once. I don't take tips. I did it in Pinnock Beach Estate, where Pastor Matthew Ashimolo has a house there. That's where I did it. Pinnock Beach Estate. Yes. They will share money, they will not give me. I'm not bothered because I know this place I am. If I don't have a friend there, it's only one guy I have. I think that guy was waiting for service. So because I always isolate myself, we don't want to come and meet me that we will discuss. And I don't want to make friend there so that the place will know, there's a way you will make a friend in a certain place. You don't like the job, but because you meet Joe there, you meet Lucky there, you meet this one, you go there in the next, and you people argue, laugh, play. You understand? And before you know it, you spend 5 years, 10 years. I only did 3 months there. And everybody I met, I told them it's only 3 months I will do. Some people laughed me. They said, are you the only one going to church? Are you the only one that know God? Are you know? And I stick to it. I prayed to God. I took action. Once I'm back, I used to do night. Once I'm back in the morning, I used to go and print my CV. I'll print like 20 of my CV and I'll enter phase 1 and distribute it in every corner. Once they are looking for a salesperson, once they have a bakery, once they have electrical stuff, once they are selling furniture, I drop all that there. All that. And that was how I got the job that moved me to Abuja. So I got that job just strolling. So it was even a fellow security guy that I met. And the guy said, okay, this. Funny enough, when they started recruiting, the guy did not call me. So when I got there, these people don't start. I say, Chama, what's happened? And he said they said this graduate they are looking for. Because me and you are putting security uniform. I am. What nonsense. Because we are putting the same uniform. And that's how I walked in. I talked to the manager. And the manager got employed. And the guy was amazed with the way I discharge my duty and do my things. And he was so happy. If I was promoted in less than 2 years to come and manage the company new branch that they established in Abuja. And that was open to Abuja in 2023. I left for Lagos too to go and establish another branch also that was falling. So I helped them to raise it. And in the history of that branch, they've not hit target. And we hit target 3 times. Hit 3 times before I left them. So just to share you these stories to know that you don't have to complain. Anybody you see, you want to meet the person, maybe the person can get you another job. No. You see, what you have is enough. Build up yourself until that job will push you out to another job. Build up yourself. Learn the skills. Build up yourself. And help will come. Your prayer is when the help comes, you should recognize. Some people that will help you are people that they've not even given you money. They don't used to even give you tip. And that one that you are following that is always settling. Say, okay, hey, twale. Maybe that one self will not even reason you. I'm telling you. But when it is time, when God wants to bless you, you see where you least. That's why I respect everybody. When I was working with Weatherford in Port Harcourt, it was my mentor that gave me that tip. He said, treat everybody like a towel. And I'm like, everybody like a towel? Sir, what do you mean by treat everybody like a towel? He said, treat everybody like a towel. I said, I said, yes. I said, okay, how? He said, because if you enter the bathroom after you are done, the parts you used to clean your bonbon today might be the part you used to clean your face tomorrow. So you don't demarcate it that from here to here is body, here to here is bum bum. He say, I say so. He say where you clean, you can use this part to clean the then you can use it to clean your face again tomorrow. So you have to treat it like a towel. It should be clean. It should be neat. So don't meet one person because the person you think the person can help, you treat the person well. You meet another one, you think that one cannot help, you treat the person anyhow. We are all being helped. You see that guy that you were pressing your phone and the guy touched you, that look at your front. He helped you. You see that guy that you want to cross the road and you cannot. He helped you. He helped you. There was a time I used to cross one road here and one of our club members just stopped. I middle of the road though and said I should enter and warned me never to cross that road again. And when I saw that, till date, I don't cross again. I use the pedestrian bridge. You understand? So we are all being helped. Some might not be monetary, some might they just give you an information. I have a mentor that taught me, just gave me tip on how to use LinkedIn. You understand? He has never given me 1 naira for once, even 50 naira. But that doesn't stop me. I still give him gifts. I still respect him and all that. You understand? Because after he taught me that, I went further to learn on my own and I realized how LinkedIn can be so. Now I can help you get international job. I can get you using LinkedIn. You understand? The last job I had with LinkedIn, I think my pay was, I think, 800,000 or so. So I've seen job of $2,000, $3,000. So he just taught me that, and I've been so grateful. So what am I trying to say? Don't look down on people, and don't chase help. Sometimes people will run help. That place that you are doing security, that is where God wants you to be established. Oh. That is where God wants you to be established. Maybe you don't have a degree. You just apply for open university. You are studying, you are writing. You are studying, you are reading, writing your exam. And in that place, you now know the job. And when you are done with, so I've graduated, they'll say, congratulations. The news will move, say, we never knew that guy was going to school. And opportunity comes. They say, let's give him. Before you know, you started working there, but you were chasing outside. Like a bird in a cage that was admiring the one flying. I wish I'm the one in that cage. You just be eating, drinking, smiling, and doing all that. And the one flying is saying, oh, look at how I'm flying, stressing myself. I wish I'm inside that cage. They'll just bring food for me. I will eat and I will sleep. Wherever you are, wherever you find yourself, you are in the right place. But if you don't know, you will continue to chase. If you don't like where you are, you can decide and plan how to move from where you are to where you want to be. And if you want to investigate the reason why you are in the place that you are. You find out that as a result of poor choices or rich choices, depending on what you are experiencing currently. So I just want to share some of these few thoughts with you so that you can actually have the insight on how to go about all these stuff that I'm sharing with you. So reinvest dividends and also capital gains. So don't withdraw and go and spend extravagantly. There are some stages your portfolio will get to. You can do that. So there are some stages you get to, you can do that. So I hope you've been enjoying this video, and I hope you are listening, and I hope you are going to take action as we make progress. Sorry about this sound. I can't disturb the person doing it, so just cope with it, please. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that I get notified when my post enriching videos like this. So guys, don't forget how we've been talking. So you have to build a core portfolio strategy. Warren Buffett said, diversification is for protection against ignorance. So that's why anytime I look at portfolio, I understand why the person is also investing that way. So the right thing to do if you want to diversify so that anything that happens, you will still be fine, is to put 60%. You know, when people see arrangement like this, they now carry their 100,000 and arrange it like this. What they are saying is, Warren Buffett has only one house, and majority of all his money is inside the stock market. My question to you: have you sat down and assessed yourself and know all what you have? Have you done that? So if you've done that, you can know the certain percentage that you have in stock. So in that way, you will not go and be doing all this there. No. Because you are just coming up, you are building. So building need to be aggressive. And when you are young, there are some risks you want to take, though it's calculated risks. So you put 60% in growth stocks that are in NGS 30. You want to pick 60% there and also invest there. So one of the other way you want to pick 20% and you want to put it in dividend stocks and income fund. But the way I want you to do it is put all in growth stock. So as you make profit, you now take the profit and put it in income fund. That's what I'm doing. Every month I put 50%, 50,000, 50,000, and also I increase it. I don't want to call the figure I put, guys. Sorry about that. I put it in lead fixed income fund, and I also put it in lead balance fund. So that is where I put it. So as you trade, as you make income, you put it there also. You get the point. So that is how you do it. Then you put other 20% in speculative or high risk option. So you want to put it in penny stocks or penny stocks. Yeah, penny stocks. So you want to put in penny stock because what we are talking about is the stock market. So you want to monitor and adjust yearly. So I will say you do that quarterly. Philip Fisher said, the stock market is filled with individuals who know the price of everything but the value of nothing. So you want to review your portfolio performance quarterly, and also you want to rebalance annually. So you review quarterly to know what you are doing and what you are not doing, which stock you adjust like that. But you want to do it annually, you rebalance. So maybe this sector did not perform well. Okay, let's look at this sector. Let's do this. Let's use this approach. I do that also with my community where we do it using the budget. So we look at the budget, know what money is going, and also take position. We did that this year where we picked Nemit when it was 190, and I did not enter, but I personally entered when it was 3. After when my community have already made some cool return. So as you near retirement, you want to reduce your risks. So that is when you are getting to 6 years, 7 years, it's 10 years plan. You want to reduce your risk so that village people will not get you. You understand? So you want to prepare for the passive income and also your exits. Chris Brogan said, the goal is not more money. The goal is living life on your own terms. So how do you want to live your life? How do you want your retirement to be? So that is what you want to pay focus on. How do you want your retirement to be? So that is what you want to focus, because some people might have 100 billion and still be saying they need more money because they don't understand how the rich life is. So how is your own rich life? How is your own rich life? Do you want to be in one small town, one small village and just be living your life? Or you want to be in big city and your expenses, you want to club, you want to do all those things? Of course, you can club one day and kill 100 million. So that is why you need to understand what you need to do. So by year 8 to 10, you want to shift more to dividend paying assets and also stable funds. So that's why I introduce lead fixed income fund and also lead balance fund. Then you also decide on early retirement structure. That is part-time work, travel, passion project, and other. Because like I said when I started, I said you don't want to retire to just sit down at home. That's not what you want to do. You don't want to retire and just sit down at home. You want to retire and also get something doing, just to keep yourself busy. Maybe then you'll be going for speaking engagements in whatever field you build yourself on. Or maybe you have a podcast where you can share your experience, invite people, just have a small, like what I'm thinking of doing, build a conference hall, you understand? Or build a studio where have people where we'll discuss all this stuff, and we'll also post it on YouTube. Because you need to find a lifetime tax where you'll be doing, even though if you're a billionaire, even though you have 10, because some jobs that you are doing, once you have 1 billion, you can't do it again. So that's not what you want to do. You want to do what you enjoy doing. So I hope this video is not too long. And if it's too long, I hope it is worth it. I hope it is worth your time. I hope so. So we're getting to the close. So the final thought and action plan is not timing the market, but time in the market that build wealth. So some people will tell you, bear market is coming. We know, Oga. We know, Oga. Can you tell us how to plan for it? That is what we want to do. So most people will be out of the market expecting beer, and the market will continue to shoot. And by the time they now say, I'm not sure if this beer is coming, no, let me just start. By the time they now start, everything will just do. They say, and I talk, my spirit been tell me, Oga, be coming down. Be coming down. So number 1 step is to start now. Time is your biggest asset. I always say you should start before you are ready. Don't say I'm fixing some things in order. By the time I do this, by the time I do this is too much. Don't delay yourself. Don't give yourself excuses. Just take action and move on. So 2, you have to stay consistent. So small wins compound, guys. Small wins compound. I'm a living testimony. I'm a living story. Started investing with 100,000. You saw how I turned that 100,000. I make 250. You saw how that 250 become millions, and I pull out of it to lock in some assets and also continue to build. So you have to stay educated. You have to read. You have to learn. You have to grow. So you have to stay, you have to read, you have to learn, you have to grow. It's very, very key for your success in the market, because information is very, very key. So you need to join a community where people share like mind. Like my community, I don't tell you what to do. I only share what I think is nice. This person share their strategy. This person share their strategy. We learn from one another. And from there, you will see what this person is doing that is working, because you only know what you are doing that is working. Somebody else might have another style that they do that is well. So imagine if you now know that one, you now have 2 strategy, and you can deploy them at different occasion or at different time. So it's very, very key you join a community. So community is key, competence is key, and confidence is key. And community build your confidence, because now when you're buying a stock, you now know that you are not the only one. The other people also are buying. So it build your confidence. And one of the things that build confidence again is competent. And you can get competent from a paid community where you have lectures every week where people review the market, or once a week will also be a good one. Or you get a mentor for accountability purpose. So that is why mentorship is very, very key. So guys, I think we've been able to get to this point, and I want to congratulate those who actually watched to this point. I want to throw cap for you. It shows that you are ready for this financial freedom, and that is what I really need. I want us to be many that is going to make this money and also change a lot of things. So guys, thank you so much for your attention, and I want to appreciate you. And if you've stayed to this point, I want you to do something to you. You know, all these things that I've said, you actually need skills to carry them out. Of course, you can do budget on your own, you can do your asset on your own, but when it comes to investing, you need knowledge, and you don't want to go on your own. So if you cannot join my premium, that is why I've done a stock course for you, which is called the Stock Fortunado. This will help you prepare your mind. So the first module, which will be ready on the 1st of September, is how to work on your mindset. So the difference that makes the difference. So that is what I'm going to teach, how to get your mindset ready. Then the second module, we talk about how to understand financial statement. We're going to look at income statement, balance sheet, and we're going to look at cash flow statement and the core things you need to check in every of these statements. And the third module, we're going to look at technical analysis, how you're going to do all these. Then the fourth, we talk about financial ratios, how you need to calculate all these things, and how you need to know what the market is talking about. Then the last module will be on how to interpret news. Then every other ones are going to be bonus, how to use any of these tools to spot market. And I will show you how to do research, my step-by-step process on how I come along stocks that will do this number, and why I'm bold to come out to tell you this is going to happen. Just the way I'm bold when I told you about champions, when champion was 5 naira and champions got to 10 naira, that is 100%. And for those holding, it got to 15, that is 200%. And those still holding, it got to 15, 16, 17, guys. And same thing happened with Caverton. When Caverton was 3, I came out and told you guys that Caverton is going to do numbers, and Caverton also got to 8. If you've invested 5 million in Caverton, by now you'll be sitting down on 10 million naira. And I did same with Nemit, and I also share a video where I analyze how all the steps I took, and also the mistake I made in Nemit, and so that you will not repeat it. And I also share that I made over 10 million naira from Nemit alone. So these are all the skills I'm putting into this course. For now, the course is 160,000. It is on pre-order. No video yet, nothing yet. But before the 1st of September, all this will start coming up so that you can start learning. I want to promise you, from 1st of September, I'm putting a bonus first. That bonus is how to interpret market report. And with that bonus alone, you see how you can start to make money even without finishing the course. Even without finishing the course, you will start making money live and direct. But I want to beg you, don't finish the course and start challenging me, please. And please don't finish the course and start taking my viewers. Just watch it and make your money codedly and share with me for confirmation if you've seen the setup. Coach, this is what I saw. What do you think? So that I can say, okay, fine. With that, you build your confidence. Then very soon, you don't need me. You just have to take your step, make your money. And maybe you just wish that this coach actually tried. It was his course I bought that actually changed my life or increased my financial status. Let me just take him to Amala joint and let's eat Amala together. You get the point, and we'll just enjoy ourselves. You get the point, and we'll share ideas. And when we'll be having meetups like this, you'll be there sharing your experience also to help those that are coming. So that is what I want to do. And when we'll be launching our Financial Edge podcast, you'll be there. I'll be interviewing you and you'll be sharing us after you watch the video, the steps you take and everything you take before you become a success. So that is what I want to do for you. Then once the course is launched from 1st of September, is going to be 260,000 naira. And those in Abuja on the 31st, which is on Sunday, by 2:30 p.m., we'll be having the Unfair Advantage. The Unfair Advantage Conference will be happening live in Abuja. Stay tuned. I will share the flyers and ensure you are there so that you can learn one or two. I promise I'm going to give you a stock that will be able to do 100% if you are there present. It will be off camera. It will not be recorded. That is my thank you for attending that conference. Just come and eat, come and learn, come and meet friends, come and share your experience. That is all I want you guys to come and do. I'm not selling anything. I'm not selling you anything. Everything there is for you to come and learn. But if you wish to take it further, of course, you can also do it. Because my Train the Trainer, where I will teach you how to do the same thing that I'm doing, teach you everything from setting up product, setting up community, how to record your screen, how to get content, how to start a YouTube channel, everything is 10 million naira. And I'm going to hold you by hands to get all this stuff. That is what the Train the Trainer course is all about. But I'm just chipping this just in case I explain it better in the conference so that it will not be new for you. So Train the Trainer is a course that will teach you how to get started, how to do what I'm doing, everything like this online, and you can establish yourself. It will cost you 10 million naira for you to get that. And I promise you, you're going to make back your money. You're going to make back your money. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified to my post enriching videos like this. Until I come your way again, keep making money and keep protecting your profit. I love you, my friends, and there is nothing you can do about it. Hands to head salute. See you in the next one.